Hey guys!
Hey!
Welcome back, and in this video we are going to be talking about how to survive a whole day in Disney from open to close.
And mainly tackling that Florida sun.
Yeah, so let's get started.
So the first piece of advice we're going to give to you guys is arrive early. So especially if it's your first or second day, you know, you're going to be buzzing, you're going to have loads of Disney adrenaline, you want to get stuff done.
It's the best adrenaline.
It is. So on our first day especially, we get to the park as early as possible, like so as soon as it opens, get into the park and head to, you know, a busy ride, maybe one that you don't have a fast pass for yet, and get it done. Get the busy rides done early because the queues will get enormous, and that's pretty much the same for any big ride in Disney, really, isn't it? So yeah, first piece of advice, go and ride the busy rides first.
Peter Pan, if you're in Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, if you don't have a fast pass with Peter Pan, go and ride Peter Pan straight away.
No matter what time of year you go, it's always going to be the busiest ride.
Yeah, agreed.
So the second tip is going to be that you want to try and space out your day. So do shows and sort of like
indoor rides.
Yeah, indoor rides. So if you're in Magic Kingdom, things like Carousel of Progress, Hall of Presidents,
Tiki Room.
Tiki Room's a good one.
The Country Bear Jamboree.
Yeah, so Animal Kingdom, you've got things like the Lion King show, Finding Nemo, stuff like that. You know, try and find shows and rides that are indoors, because then you've got your air conditioning, and if you space them out throughout the day, it allows you to sort of get out of the sun, take the weight off your hoofs, and then just chill out in some air conditioning, take a drink in with you.
Some of the shows are quite long as well, like the Finding Nemo the musical's on for like 40 minutes, so that's like a perfect time
you're
to
in
just
there
relax.
for over an hour, easy.
Yeah.
Once you're in, sit down, it gets on and it finishes, you're in there over an hour. Some of the shows aren't all equal. Phantasmic's at night, so it's a little bit cooler anyway. Indiana Jones, so that one's actually...
That's outside too.
Outside, yeah. So it's just big fans. Although, yeah, they can be quite nice, it's still not equal to
but
other rides.
It's still sitting down and taking weight off your feet, which when, if you got in the park at, you know, 8:30, and it's by the time it's 12 o'clock, you're like, oh my god, it's only 12 o'clock. Like,
it allows you, even if you feel good, it does allow you to feel better. So even although some rides, like I don't know, Haunted Mansion, your sort of Haunted Mansion and things like Small World, most of their rides indoors are air conditioning when we're queuing up, but you're still standing, so you can lean against the rails and stuff, but you really need to get that seat because it's going to make you... That's why Carousel of Progress is just the best ride in Disney.
So basically, ride a couple of rides, go and watch a show, ride a few more rides, go and watch another show, like space out, and I kid you not, it not makes the day go quick because you don't want it to go quick, but it makes so much done.
It makes the world of difference.
And you don't feel as tired because you ride, and then you're just like, oh, let's have a little 20 minutes, watch this. And
you also don't feel like you've been queuing all day.
No.
You don't feel like that, because sometimes, especially on like a hot Universal day, I can feel like I've been in a queue all day for about 20 minutes of riding. But when you put interruption with shows, it really doesn't feel like that. It almost makes the day feel full of everything. Definitely.
You can stay in the park for longer, I think, if you make use of all the shows.
Well, that's the whole idea of this video.
Exactly. So another tip to help you survive a whole day in Disney is when you have your lunch or your dinner, or you know, whenever you decide to eat, try and get places that you can sit down. I know we have talked about in the past, it's great to have quick service if you're on the go, like if you want to watch a show and want to take food in, that's great. But if you want to do a whole long day, like I'm talking from open to the fireworks, you need to sit... What was that?
You sort of look at your hand, you're like, open to close. Okay,
so if you want to spend a day that long, I would definitely recommend having food somewhere that's inside. So you have quite a lot of small counter service places that are kind of outside, and there aren't many tables, or you know, any tables at all. So I would recommend going to somewhere like Pinocchio's Village House or Columbia Harbour House,
Cosmic Rays,
Pecco's Bill, something that's inside, and you can just sit down for 20 minutes, half an hour, and just, you know, be out of the sun and just relax. Cool down a bit as well.
Get some food in, get some drink in. You know, there are some places that have got air conditioning and seats, but just aren't as big. So you've got places like Gaston's Tavern, is indoors, is air conditioned, but there's like 12 seats. Cramped.
Yeah.
So you just don't, there's a little bit round to the right, but there's just not a huge amount of seating. So go somewhere bigger. Now obviously Cosmic Rays might not be where you want to eat, but if you are planning a whole day, fully recommend it. Fully recommend it. It's just get yourself out of the sun, get yourself air conditioning and get some food. Something
rolling onto that as well, it's keeping hydrated. I know everyone says you need to drink loads of water in Florida, but seriously, you really do.
Yeah.
It's so hot there, like, especially when you go, I mean, we always go in August, which is like the blimmin' warmest month ever. So it's just really important that you do keep hydrated and drink water as well, because like Jez has been before and just drunk cans and cans and cans of, like, you know, the fizziest stuff, which is great. I'm not saying don't do it, but do space it out with water as well.
Yeah.
And we've mentioned before in our previous video, we talked about the quick service dining plan. We said about, you know, having the water, grabbing that at breakfast, so you have, you know, you already have a bottle of water when you go into the park, which is a great start.
Yeah, it really is. Like, and it's only ever the British that get, not only, but the British always seem to be the ones that get affected by the heat when they get there, because it's not because the Floridians, they live there and they're in the heat all the time, they're used to it. It's because they're clever and they get out of it.
Yeah.
They go home halfway through the day and then come back.
They don't spend as much time in the sun.
You know what I mean? They're just not. You watch any parade, the people standing in the shadows and in the shady areas are the people that live there. The ones that are out in the sun that taking it like a man. They're the British people, you know. We're here to win. We're not.
They're the people that will suffer.
Yeah, we're the ones that get burned and struggle. We're the ones pouring bottles of water over our head and like cooking ourselves effectively.
The first time
I did. That was such a stupid idea. I was just so hot. I think I was a bit delirious. You know, I just poured a bottle of water over my head, and for all of about 10 minutes, I was like, "Oh, this is lovely." And then the hot water, the water started heating up, and I was like,
like frying egg on my shoulder. It was ridiculous. But yeah, so be smart, be like the, you know, local Floridians, and don't spend too much time in the sun, basically.
Just, yeah.
Eat inside.
Eat inside, get yourself some air conditioning.
Yes.
So, the next part of this little tip is, if you, you know how we like to always make sure that we're catering to families, because Disney is, as much as we go, just us.
Won't be just for us forever. No. We will have kids one day.
We'll have kids one day, and I think the majority of people that go there are going to have kids. So, for us, it's really important to give as much advice to that area as possible. So if you've got little kids, or even kids that are, you know, like
my age,
yeah, you know, older.
You've got a 23-year-old kid, because I like to do this.
It doesn't matter. If you're staying on Disney property, it really can be worthwhile going back to the property for a nap. Not even a nap, just to chill. Okay, so for instance, you've been in Magic Kingdom all morning. You got in at opening, and it's now like
3 in the
it's like, yeah, 2, 3 o'clock. You go, right, we're gonna go home. You go home at 3:30. You get back to the hotel,
which if you stay on property will take
no time at all. That's the idea of it. This is mainly aimed at people that stay on property. If you stay on International Drive,
I wouldn't recommend it.
I wouldn't recommend going back. I'd just recommend taking a seat somewhere. But if you aren't, go back to the hotel. You don't have to get into bed. Just sit in the room with the air conditioning on. Grab a drink, you know, put the TV on. There's probably some Disney Mickey Mouse channel on. Or even, you know what, just go for a sit down in the, by the pool or something, you know, where there's like air conditioning coming down out of the buildings and whatnot. Just chill somewhere for a couple hours, not even that, an hour and a half maybe. Then go back into the parks, have a change, have a shower, refresh, go back into the parks for like 6 o'clock. And then you got there until like 10 or something, you know, when the fireworks or whatever.
We did that a couple of times last time. Like, I think it was actually quite early on in the holiday. We wanted to do a full day in Magic Kingdom, stay for the fireworks, get there early, and we did. But it got to the afternoon. I think it was like when it was like maybe 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, and it was peaked hot. It was
like,
just...
I'm talking like nearly pushing 40 degrees, like
it was
boiling hot.
It was pretty hot.
We'd been like walking around. It's like one of our first days, so we're still like, you know, recovering from travelling halfway across the world. And then we're just like, you know what, we're just gonna go back to the room for 40 minutes. I think we literally stayed in there for 45 minutes. Yeah,
we got there, we sat in there, we laid on the bed on our phones. I think you fell asleep for about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
I woke you up. I had a shower in that time. I had a quick 10-minute shower, went back out, I changed, and I felt...
You just feel
so refreshed. I went out in flip-flops that evening. I just felt so much more refreshed.
And especially if you're going for a long period of time, like when we went for 3 weeks, and it's like, what, 2 hours in the room to make us refresh. We didn't miss out on anything.
No, but this is also, although this tip is about spending a whole day in Animal Kingdom, a whole day in Magic Kingdom, this can also be taken as well. If you're in Hollywood Studios for the whole day, and then you're thinking about going for dinner in downtown Disney, Disney Springs, rather than going straight from Hollywood Studios to downtown Disney, or Disney Springs, I still can't get used to calling it Disney Springs. It doesn't. Downtown Disney rolls off the tongue so much better than Disney Springs.
Yeah, I
agree. But whatever. Go back to the room for an hour, you know, let everyone change. Also as well, going out in the evening, it's like you can wear, I'm not talking about wearing a jumper, but you can wear a nice, like nicer clothes and stuff. So you can go home, get yourself all refreshed, change, and go back out, you know, and do a little bit of shopping or whatever, because then it's all air conditioned and down Disney Springs, that close.
You can't count that, you did say it.
But yeah, so we recommend it. I mean, not every day.
No.
But
like, we went for 3 weeks and I think we did it twice.
Yeah.
But there are some people who would want to do it every other day, but we're like, come on, Disney! Yeah. We're like straight in there. Yeah. But you know, even us who are like crazy, you know, spend 15 hours in the park every day, sometimes we do need a little, you know, 30-minute just rest.
So yeah, go back, have a snap, have a nap, and then...
And a snack.
Yeah, and a snack. So like a snap. And then get yourself back in the park and...
Power on.
Power on.
So another tip to staying in the park for a full day, if the kids are getting a bit, you know, restless, they don't want to wait in queues, and maybe want to have a run around, like you can't really do that too much in Disney.
I wouldn't want to run around a 35-degree
No,
heat,
I mean, I wouldn't. But you know, say you want to get the kids a bit tired, like they were being a bit mouthy, and you're like, you know, it'd be really great if they just had a nap in their pushchair. But to tire them out, the best place to go is Tom Sawyer Island.
Yeah, it is.
So this is quite hidden away. It's in kind of frontier land, and you've got the big ferry boat thing. I can't remember what it's called, but the big boat goes around the lake there. And in the middle, there's an island called Tom Sawyer Island, and it's literally just full of tree houses, caves, and there's rivers and streams and
Disney
playgrounds.
ducks. That's where the Disney ducks live.
Lots of Disney ducks. And it's just a really nice place. Like, we've been there once before.
Yeah.
And we just sat and had like snacks in the they have a little picnic bench area. And then we just wandered around, explored, chilled.
They've got a place called Fort Langhorne, which is a huge, I mean, it's ginormous. It's like the size of a huge house. It's like a castle made of wood. It's like a fort, basically. And you can go in all the areas. There's like huge stairwells that go right down and come back up. And you can go to the peaks, and there's like guns and stuff. And it's awesome. It's a really good place to run around. And there's also bridges made like barrel bridges and stuff. They're stable enough, and they're over the actual river. So when you're walking around it, you get your feet a little bit wet if you're not careful. And it's a great place to go. It really is. Yeah, it breaks up the day. And as I said, like if you just want to get away from the busyness, it doesn't feel like you're in Magic Kingdom, because it's a lot quieter than the park, and it feels like you're in the middle of a wood. And it's really nice, and I would recommend it, you know, to break up that long day in Magic Kingdom. Also, it's really shady as well, because there's trees everywhere. It's really shady. Not as in like shady, but as in like, you know what I mean. Okay, so the next part is going to be talking about another way to get yourself a little bit of air conditioning and still get something out of the holiday, and that is character meets. I'm not going to say this is for the little ones, because I love meeting the princesses just as much as any 6-year-old girl. Okay. So, queuing up, some of them are outdoors. So as you go into the actual, say for instance, I don't know, Hollywood Studios, as you go in, there are areas you can go, like the Toy Story bit, where there are just characters standing up and just being around. You can queue up and meet them, like the Green Soldiers and stuff like that. However, if you want to meet people like Chewie, Darth Vader, you know, like all that kind of people, them kind of people, you can then go into the actual buildings, and that's where the air conditioning is. And it's quite a good place, actually. The Star Wars one's really good.
They're really well themed.
Loads of memorabilia about, and it's like you're on a spaceship. It is quite good. But then you get to, you're in air conditioning, you can get your phone out, you know what I mean? It's just, and also the kids don't feel like they're doing nothing. You don't feel like you're doing nothing. You are queuing to meet Chewie, who I fully recommend meeting. He is huge. He's like 7 foot tall, awesome. Scared the crap out of Charlotte. He did. it is quality. Doesn't have to be Star Wars though. There are characters. Like in Magic Kingdom, there's so many princess meet and greets, and you can meet Tinkerbell. Yeah, and we haven't actually met Tinkerbell, but I've seen loads of other videos where she's in like a little forest scene. Yeah. And it's just really chilled, and the kids love it. You'll love it. Epcot's got Baymax, Sadness, Joy, people like that, and you can meet them. That's all indoors. But there are obviously characters outdoors. So for instance, Magic Kingdom's also got Merida from Brave, and she's outdoors. And the whole bit where you queue up to meet is outdoors. Most of the time, Chip and Dale and people like that, they're outdoors as well. Buzz Lightyear's outdoors, you know what I mean? So there are characters outdoors, but try and get them indoor characters. You get yourself some air conditioning, so. And then as we say, you keep making that day longer and longer and longer, and you're not in the sun as much.
Okay, so another way to, you know, make your day longer at Magic Kingdom without getting too tired. I'm saying Magic Kingdom, it's not, it's Disney, but in my head I'm thinking of Magic Kingdom.
But Magic Kingdom's the easiest one to do it at because it normally opens first and it normally closes last. Yeah. It's just because it's normally the one that's got the longest opening times. Like Animal Kingdom normally shuts earlier if it hasn't got shows on, and Hollywood Studios is normally shut earlier. You can normally leave a park at like 8, 9 o'clock, and then Magic Kingdom's open to 11 if you've got extra magic hours. So that's why we mean Magic Kingdom. Yeah,
but another great tip is obviously you've got your fast passes, well you should have, if you don't know about them, book your fast passes. So you have your fast passes, you know, 3 minimum, and we like to book ours as close together as possible.
And as early as possible.
As early as possible. But there will be some times where, you know, oh, we've got 45 minutes until our next fast pass. We haven't really got enough time to queue up for anything else. Hit those shops. Hit the shops. Like, we do that a lot. We'll be in between rides and you can just pop into the shops. Like, obviously, Main Street is shop location, prime shop location, that's what I meant to say, in Magic Kingdom, but there are loads of other shops. You've got all the gift shops for each ride, you've got the Haunted Mansion shop, you've got the Christmas shop. There's loads of shops dotted around which are just really nice to just potter around and have a look in, and it saves, you know, saves you waiting in the sun and you're getting something done, because we like to visit like every shop while we go there.
Yeah. And some of the ride shops are really well themed.
Yeah, like the one
Muppets is really good.
Yeah, the Muppets one, the Space Mountain one.
Yeah,
is really
Star
cool.
Tours is really good as well. There are some really... Splash Mountains one's actually pretty cool.
It's little, but it's cute.
There's a little... And there's also a second little one, isn't there, underneath the big burrow bit.
That's the bit I'm talking about.
I'm talking about the one when you actually come off the ride. Where
It's
you
the
get
same
your pictures. No, there's two. There's one with a rocking chair, and then there's the one...
Oh, yeah.
You know, the little one underneath the burrow.
Yeah.
I just keep forgetting. So yeah, go shopping, definitely. I mean, air conditioning.
Even if you don't buy anything, just look around. Like, there's so much stuff. So much stuff. And like the snack confectionery shops on Main Street, they're always good to have a little look around, see what snacks you might want to buy.
Top tip, if you see something you want, buy it. Don't leave it.
Buy it.
It's just, don't leave it, because honestly, you can walk past and there's 100 of them, you come back an hour later and there's none.
Yeah, we've found that a few
it's
times.
honestly, that's just how it is. If you see something, buy it. Even if you then find it cheaper somewhere else, you can always return it. Disney are really good for things like that. So, the next one is appropriate clothing. Okay, so when we go to Disney, personally, every single time I've gone, I've taken less and less.
Just saying, this is basing it on hot time.
Oh yeah, this is August.
I mean, it's always hot, but hot
yeah,
time.
so we're talking like August, which is sort of like they're getting around their peak time. Whenever I've gone, the first year I went, I took t-shirts, vests, shorts. The second time I went, I took vests and shorts and like a couple of t-shirts. This time I really don't even think I'll take that many t-shirts at all, maybe like 2. It's personal preference. I mean, some people hate wearing vests, but me, I prefer it. You end up wearing vests more often now than not.
Most days.
It just, honestly, like,
vests and shorts.
As long as you wear appropriate amount of sun cream, which is what we try and do, you're fine. You wear your shorts and your vests and stuff, and if you follow all these tips, you shouldn't be in the sun that often either, which is nice. But yeah, vest, shorts. Don't recommend flip-flops.
No.
Okay, so I wore flip-flops and I've got some dodgy ankles sometimes. So like, I was in the park.
And you forgot to sun cream your feet.
Yeah.
You got burnt feet.
Yeah, I've got sun cream on my feet, burnt all the tops of my feet, all the roof. It was pretty sore. But yeah, I fully recommend making sure you wear a decent pair of shoes. So like, Vans or trainers, or, you know, Converse aren't the best for a long day.
I always wear Converse in Disney because they're really comfortable. But I would recommend not wearing new shoes.
Ooh,
wear shoes that you've worn for a while and that are comfortable. Like my Converse I'd had for like 2 years and they were the most comfortable.
So if you're
shoes.
thinking you're going to go out and buy yourself a pair of shoes just before you go, good idea.
Do it like 6 weeks before you go.
Don't even be that, just a week, and just wear them everywhere around the house. You know what I mean? They're brand new, it won't make anything dirty or anything. But like Skechers, something like that, like the ones with your memory foams, really comfortable, really airy. They're what you want. You got to remember though that there are wet rides. So if you buy yourself a shoes that are like felt and are going to get wet quite quickly because of the rain or because of a ride like Splash Mountain, although they dry quickly, they aren't going to be the nicest when they're wet.
No.
So that's where flip-flops come in. You know, I mean, it's swings and roundabouts, but make sure it's just, you know, vests,
comfort,
thin t-shirts.
Cool and comfort.
One of the days, Charlotte wore a black t-shirt and I think she regretted it. the Star Wars one.
Yeah, I love that t-shirt though.
It's a lovely t-shirt, but it's just black. Black vests are fine, as long as they're nice baggy ones, but you know what I mean. Apart from that, for you, those of you like me that do sweat a little bit, you get a bit, you know, a bit sweaty. Don't wear anything grey. I'm wearing a grey t-shirt now, which is fine, but when you're in America, and especially Florida, and it's 35 degrees outside, you've just been having the whale of a time on Splash Mountain, you look at the pictures, your arms up in the air.
It's not even more hot, it's April and it's cold,
you know what I mean?
And rainy.
You get yourself a sweat patch, alright? Don't do it, it ruins the pictures, no one wants to see your sweaty pits, alright? I get it, it's a natural process, and I get it as well. And also as well, I get so hot I get a sweaty back.
That's like, really gross. No one needs to know about that.
I look like I've been to the gym, and I haven't. You know what I mean? I'm proper sweating out. So, try not to wear grey, or any colours like light yellow that are just gonna look a bit odd. Go with white, you know, like lighter colours, things like darker colours are fine. That's Jez's top tip for sweating.
It's just fashion advice for Florida. And the last tip, which will kind of help Jez's sweating, and one of the tips that will help you through your Disney day is...
wear nothing.
No, please don't do that. Is the one and only Dole Whip.
It's Dole Whip.
The Dole Whips.
Yeah.
Get them, they are refreshing, they cool you down. I mean, I didn't really have that many last time, and I don't know why, because they're like my favourite snacks. I'm going to be eating all the Dole Whips, both of my snack credits every day. Dole Whip.
Dole Whip floats are good as well.
No, just the Dole Whip. No, Dole Whip floats is good too.
Although I had a Coke float last time, didn't I? Coke and vanilla ice cream. Oh, that was titties, that was.
But yeah, get some cool things, you know, ice creams. There's loads of things you can have.
Ice cream sandwiches.
Yeah, they have loads of like frozen fruit stuff you can get.
Just sorbet selection, you know, like anything.
But no, I would recommend the
Dole Whips are amazing.
Cools you down and will make you survive a full day in Disney. I'll help you to survive a full day in Disney.
That's it.
Yeah, there are tips. So you should try them, see if it makes any difference next time you go. And if you've got anything else that you think would help, let us know, because we love to find out more tips to make our days longer. Yeah. So yeah, let us know. Give it a like if you've liked watching the video, and if you have any ideas or any questions that you want us to maybe cover in another video, please let us know. We would love to hear them. So go forth with your new knowledge and enjoy Disney. That's it for this video. We'll see you in the next. Bye. Bye.